right, Infernal Blessings. I know it's been maybe a week or so since I did a video. Again, I was traveling. I was up in the New England area for a few days. The Providence, Boston area. Just got back a couple days ago. But again, back with a video here. Let's run through a couple quick announcements before we begin. All right. If you're interested, again, in a spiritual reading or a spiritual consultation, I offer various different types of spiritual readings. I offer Daemonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, deity readings to see what spirits, gods, goddesses, and demons walk with you. Shadow work readings, which is always a great place to get guidance, to see what's going on in the hidden subconscious mind, to see what maybe you're dealing with and that you're not addressing. Shadow work is also a great reading to point you in the right direction, because people always ask stuff like, what kind of ritual work should I be doing right now, right? And again, ritual work should always be centered first and foremost on your needs, not just your wants. Again, as I've said many times before, people put their wants above their needs, and that creates problems for them in their life, okay? So if you're interested in any of the aforementioned readings, or maybe you're just interested in a spiritual consultation, again, I have to stress, a spiritual consultation is not a reading, okay? People get that confused sometimes, and if my voice is a little messed up. I was at the Panthers-Bruins games last night, and I was yelling like a madman. But anyway, the consultation is just that. People use a spiritual consultation. Most people, as I've said before, they like to just use it as an hour session with me to ask whatever questions they want to ask. I mean, literally, I get people that come with they got a notebook or a paper, and that's a great way to come prepared, and they have their questions, all written out. Some people use it to focus on a specific situation or thing that's going on in their life. Some people use it for various different aspects of the path, or anything on the occult. So I just want to make that clear. A reading and a consultation are two different things. All right, so if you're interested in any of them, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com, and include in that email your full weekly availability along with the time zone that you live in. Very important that you include the time zone that you live in. And I will respond to you as soon as I am able to give you information on how to go about doing that. All right? Also, if you want to sign up for classes, the way to sign up for classes, I should say, is to go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page. That's the number one email I get. What kind of classes do you offer? Do you do classes? What kind? What do you offer? Well, you can see for yourself if you go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page located at patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. That's patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3 is the tier you want to join. That's going to give you access to the 3 private classes I do every month on Patreon, including the group ritual we do together at the end of the month. Also, keep in mind when you join, you don't just get access to the classes from the day you join. Moving forward, you get access to all the classes in the archive going back 4+ years. You also get access to all the class work, the ritual work. Believe me, there's enough content on there to keep you busy for years, and that's not even an exaggeration. All right, you can see the type of classes, the ongoing series that I'm doing, that I offer. Go to the page, go to the collection section. You can see all the different ongoing series that I have going on right now, with new classes being added regularly. And the way the Patreon works is when you join and become a Tier 3 member, you get a private Zoom link. You can attend the classes live when we do them. And I know obviously not everybody's going to be able to due to their schedules. Everybody lives in different time zones. But don't worry, everything is recorded, archived. So you have also the option of watching the recording. Now, it's nice if you can come live, because you can interact with me, ask me questions. You can interact with everybody else in the class. But if you can't, everything is recorded, archived. There's a bunch of ongoing series on there. You can see all of them: Luciferian Magic and Self-Mastery, Necromancy and Dark Witchcraft class. We have the Clepothic Sorcery class. We have Shadow Work classes, 20 knee-deep and counting. African Witchcraft and Magic. Everything. I'm just running a few off. Esoterical Occult Bible Study class. You name it. Kundalini Meditation and Awakening class, which is a great class, by the way, because I really show you some of the foundation practices of your ritual work, and on this path, proper breathing techniques, meditation, focus, concentration, how to enhance your visualization skills. These are all tools that you need in your arsenal to carry out effective ritual work. Okay, that's how you carry out effective ritual work. All right. Again, check it out for yourself. Patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, tier 3. That's the tier you want to look at. There's also mentorship programs on there, but please do not sign up for the mentorship programs if you're not going to be committed and you don't want to put in the time, right? Because it's work, it's time, it's your time, it's my time. All right. Also, check out the social media pages. Primordial Chaos 9, all one word, on Instagram. Primordial Chaos, 2 words, on Facebook. I also upload all the new YouTube content on Facebook. Check us out on TikTok, Primordial Chaos, 2 words, on TikTok. And don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. Okay. The direct link to the podcast, the direct link, all the links to the social media pages, my contact email address, and the direct link to sign up for the classes, the Primordial Chaos Patreon page. All those links and all the information is in the description box of this video that you're watching right now. All right, you see the title. Okay. I mentioned to some of you guys that we're at the end of the year class, the final class for 2023 going into 2024, which that's something I did for the first time. That's something we will continue for this year. It's something that the spirits want me to do, right? And it's something I will do now moving forward until otherwise. So we will always have that end of the year class to wrap up the current year and prepare ourselves going into the new year, right? I told you guys in that class, and it's going to get worse. This is the year of people who are doing fucked up shit to get exposed. Okay? I mentioned to you guys that Dantor, or who you guys know as Rosili Dantor, first of all, despises individuals first and foremost that hurt innocent women and children. So I want to kind of speak on that in this particular video. She made it clear to me. She is a vengeful spirit against those who harm innocent children and abuse women. This came to me, obviously, as you guys have seen in the last few days, whatever this dude calls himself now, Dumb Diddy, Punk Diddy, Diddy Doofy, Doofy Dollars Diddy, Diddy Dumb Dollars. I can't keep up with all the fucking names. I think even he was calling himself Brother Love. It's crazy. These people, they're just bizarre. Well, obviously you guys seen that they raided his house. Obviously it was coming. You know it was coming. It was just not a matter of if, it was a matter of when. You guys are seeing it culminate with a lot of these, over the years, these entertainers, these rappers, these performers, these movie stars, these all of them now, it's coming to the surface, all the dirt that they do, okay? And most of them, the reality is most of them are pedophiles and women abusers. They're womanizers, okay? And they all should be exposed, including the other one, the one that looks like a fat frog, TD Jakes, right? Another one. You're going to see a lot of people in this particular scenario go down. Wouldn't be surprised if you see Kevin Hart in the mix of that too. Don't be surprised if that comes up. I'm telling you right now. But you got to see other people fall in this, because I keep trying to, and I've been telling people for the last few years, this planet is ruled by feminine energy. And I don't say that because I'm not on that, the goddess is, and, because some people use that goddess concept and they bash men. I'm talking about some women. And usually, not all, usually most women that do that have been scarred by men. So they have this personal vendetta against the male gender, for lack of a better word. So I'm not coming from that perspective. I'm telling you scientifically, this is a planet that is governed and ruled by feminine energy. Those feminine goddesses are rising up right now. And this is what you're seeing, the explosion. I'm telling you this because this, and I'm not telling you to believe this because as you guys know me, I don't tell you anything to believe. I don't sit here when I get communication from any demon, god, goddess, or spirit. I don't tell you to accept it or believe it or it's a download and you need to accept. No, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. I'm just sharing with you the experience. You take it for what it is. But Orzili Dantor made it clear to me that those who are abusing innocent children and are abusing women will be exposed. And it's going to get worse. And this was something that she told me would really culminate in the fall to the early winter portion of 2023. Okay? So what you're seeing is this feminine energy rising up on this planet. And those spirits like Dantor and other feminine spirits or divine, demonic, feminine goddesses like Lilith, like Naama, like Hecate or Hecate, depending on how you pronounce it, it's a wrap. The game is over. Okay? And most definitely have to include in that Santa Muerte. Okay? Now, in my own, and this is me just sharing in my own travels, in my own personal journey, I have personal relationships with those spirits. And as I've told you guys in the past, most of the spirits that I work with, that I've established strong connections and relationships to, most of them are divine, demonic, feminine energies. And I know this is not a coincidence because, as I said in the past, in previous videos and classes, I've been raised by women, but not these weak, girly girl, timid, bozo women. I hate to say it like that, or bimbo women, as we would say. I was raised by 4 strong women, 3 sisters and my mother. And I've been around that feminine energy my whole entire life. So I know it well. I can sense it. I can feel it, especially when you're around strong, intelligent, powerful women. Okay? And as I said before, women that go around, you see this, the women that go around wearing the clown makeup and they talking about keeping it real and everything about them is fake. They got fake nails, fake hair, now it's fake ass, fake titties, fake fingernails, fake eyelashes, fake contact eyes, but they're talking about keeping it real and I'm the baddest bitch on the planet. As I said to you guys in the past, if you are so-called, quote-unquote, a bad bitch, you don't have to go around announcing it. Your actions speak for themselves. The way you carry yourself speaks for itself. A true bad bitch carries just that natural energy. She don't need to do all the extra. Okay? It's the ones that gotta reiterate it all the time. They're about as fake as you can get. Okay? And I'm telling you, I know the energy in my travels and journeys. I know when I'm tapping into that real, pure, intelligent, divine, feminine energy. Some women just naturally possess it. They carry it in the way they carry themselves, the way they walk, the way they look. Okay? And you just know when a female has it, and you know when a female don't. Okay? And I'm sure you women can detect similar characteristics in men. Okay? When you use that women's intuition. But again, that's not really the focus of this video. The focus of this video, the short tutorial, is we must be able, just like everything else that's going on with the micro and the macrocosm of, as we say, the relationship of nature and creation and spirituality within ourselves and how it exists in creation and nature, we must be able to tap into the natural nature of that energy. Okay? This matriarchal, chauvinistic male perspective on religion and spirituality, that's over. The religions where the woman is put as a second-class citizen, that's over. And especially the religions of monotheism. Islam treats women like second-class citizens. They can't even pray with men in the same part of the mosque or the masjid. Same thing in Judaism. When they're on their menstrual cycle, which is one of the most natural things in nature, they're considered very unclean. And very fundamental, fanatical, hardcore Christianity, like Southern Baptists, women are considered second-class citizens. Some Baptists believe that women don't even have the authority to teach, and they use a quote from the book of Timothy, and they misinterpret that quote. Okay? But yet you have Naomi and Ruth and prophetesses in the Bible. So how do they justify and validate that? But that's a whole nother story. Okay? So I bring Dantor and Lilith, Hecate, Santa Muerte, and let's not forget Kali. Right? These are the energy and the forces that are governing and ruling this planet, whatever you want to call it. Gaia, Ki, Earth, Redo. Okay? It's all feminine energy. Okay? You don't have to accept that. You don't have to believe that. Maybe you don't want to. But this is the reality. This is why you're going to see shit get exposed from 2024 moving forward. It's going to escalate. And a lot of it's going to be centered around men who are abusing and harming women, and especially those pedophiles who I despise with the utmost disgust are harming innocent children. One thing you'll see that's very common with a lot of these spirits, they have a strong connection to protecting women and children. So don't fuck with it. Don't play with it. Now, again, I want to stress to my male practitioners, and I've talked about this many times over the years in different classes. Do not work with these female spirits, gods, goddesses, and demons if you are a womanizer, especially with the spirit like Lilith. She will retaliate. Don't believe me. Find out for yourself. Okay? I've watched men, I'll give you the both sides of the spectrum, men who have the respect for women, men who carry themselves with dignity, and I've seen Lilith bless many of these men in their workings and rituals that they connect with the goddess Lilith. Okay? But I've seen men who are womanizers, woman abusers, sexual abusers, and they didn't get the memo. And they go start trying to open doorways with a vicious goddess like Lilith, who embodies all aspects of the divine demonic feminine energy, what we would label good and bad. And I've seen her torture and rip men apart, sexually torture them, make them addicts, create mental insanity and delusional aspects within themselves, because these were men who really believed in their mind that they can approach a spirit like Lilith and be that type of person. It doesn't work, folks. Trust me when I tell you. Now, I don't care what your perspective is, because what always comes up, and I'm going to address this, and it'll always be addressed on and off. It always comes up. People always ask the questions. Are these spirits literal? Are they real? Is Lilith real? Is Kali real? And how many times do I have to say it's as real as you manifest them? The energy in its totality is very fucking real. Okay? You don't have to accept it. You don't have to believe it. But again, find out the hard way. Okay? As I said, there's many people out there that will come from two perspectives. There's some that will say this is all symbolical and metaphorical. It's not literal. It's not real. That's incorrect. There's some people who are very aesthetic and think it's all external, and they approach it from a worship perspective, and that's incorrect. Okay? It's a combination of both. The external experience is created by you from within, of how you connect with it within your psyche and your subconscious mind. It's very fucking real. Okay? Ask the person that practices dark sorcery, witchcraft, and black magic, that does destructive magic. Ask them if it's real. Okay? They'll tell you it's very real. Don't underestimate the power of your mind and your ability and what you're capable of and what you're able to tap into when you are in alignment with the correct vibrational frequency. Okay? Don't do it. Because I can tell you from experience over the years, I've shocked and surprised myself. My perspective and mentality, obviously as you grow on this path over the years, has changed and evolved. Based on what? My experiences. My experiences dictate my perspective on things. Not other people trying to indoctrinate me and program me with their ideologies and their dogmas and their faith and belief systems. No. I let my life experiences be what dictates to me of how I absorb and put things into correct context and perception. Perspective. It's how one truly raises themselves up to the reality and realization of what truth really is. It's based on your experience. Not just your faith and belief. Okay? Not just on your opinions. And one thing I've learned over the years, the only person you need to prove something to is your damn self. Okay? Not the days of worrying about what this person or that person thinks, what my family member thinks, what that person, this, that, the other. Days are over. You carry yourself with dignity and grace. If people don't like you, fuck them. Okay? As long as they respect you, you respect them back. As long as they don't cross the line and get ignorant, then, as that old adage goes, don't start nothing, won't be nothing, right? Right? And that what Lil Jon put a song out a few years ago, don't start nothing, won't be. Let me stop. You get my point. I do believe in that saying, do unto others as they do unto you. Okay? That's real. Or as they say, that's real talk. You treat people the way they treat you. And that's just a simple code in life to live by. You treat me with respect, I will treat you with the utmost respect. You get ignorant, you don't want to cross that line. Okay? That's just simple common sense. But as I've said before, common sense is something you must naturally have. It's not something, you can't teach anybody common sense. Okay? Like I've been telling people that for years. And as I've mentioned many times, in my years of coming across many different people from many different walks of life, it baffles me how many people don't have natural common sense. It's just the way it is. Okay? So, I know I veered a little bit off the topic, but to kind of finish this video up, because it's kind of getting too close to the end of where I want to wrap it up, because I'm getting close to my destination. Yes, 2024 is the year of the divine, demonic, feminine energy. Okay? And you're going to see this can of whoop ass being opened more and more on these individuals. So I want to make it clear, if you're a practitioner, know where you stand. Don't get it twisted if you think there's no retribution when it comes to doing certain levels of fuckery, because there is. Something I've told you guys for years. when you're working with certain pantheons and path, approach these demons, gods, and goddesses with respect and reverence, not worship. Okay? We don't worship anything. It's what I teach. I'm not talking, look, if you do and it works for you and you don't agree with that statement, you're entitled to that. But what I do here, I do not teach people to worship anything. Okay? I want to make that crystal clear. Anything. But when you're working with a very volatile spirit like Lilith, have that reverence and respect. I teach people to walk side by side with the spirits, the gods, the goddesses, and the demons. When you do that, they respect you on a whole different level. I told you, if they see you approach with a very inferior mindset, you will get swallowed up and devoured. Okay? Just don't get it twisted. These spirits and these demons are not your friends. See, people approach them like, this is my buddy. They get their joys and kicks off of feeding off your energy, and sometimes it's for very vampiric and vengeful purposes. So the spirits, the gods, the goddesses, the demons, they want to know that this is an intelligent, wise person. Wasn't Solomon a great, I'll use somebody, a character we're very familiar with. Wasn't Solomon a great wise sorcerer and magician? Doesn't the legend say Solomon built his great majestical temple with the power of the jinn? He commanded the demonic forces to do his bidding because he was what? A wise, intelligent man. He knew how to work with the gods and the goddesses, whether they were quote-unquote benevolent or malevolent. Right? There's a science in understanding that, because you need both quote-unquote, what they say in simplistic terms, what's dark or light energy, or good or bad energy, for lack of a very simplistic word. I don't really even like to use that term, good and bad, because they're vibrational degrees of the same thing. And you know jinns are volatile spirits. Okay? So how was Solomon able, quote unquote, to command the jinn to do what he needed to be done? Because it was simple. He seeked the knowledge first. He asked for the knowledge and the wisdom first before anything else. When you read the story and know how to apply that story, how you can apply that to yourself. If all of us got on this path for the right reason, to learn, to grow, to master ourselves, to gain the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding we need to become who we are all destined and able to become, which quote unquote is labeled as a supreme entity, a divine being, a god or a goddess, whatever terminology you want to use, whatever floats your boat. I don't really care, it's irrelevant. But we are not mortals. We must embrace the divinity part of our nature. Okay? We must. Stop thinking you're just this mere mortal being. Because when you think small, you become small. Your results and what you manifest in life is very small. Embrace your divinity, God, goddess, and then things will truly start to change for you. Okay? So, long story short, as I wrap this up, don't play with this shit. You might be listening to me, one of them that go, oh, that's bullshit, what he's saying, I've been doing this, that, I do whatever the fuck I want. I've seen it. You might have a long streak where you're rolling right now and getting away with a lot of bullshit. Guess what? Everybody's luck runs out, right? It's that old saying, the chickens come home to roost. That's what my mom used to say. The chickens, you lay with dogs, you get fleas. You lay down with dogs, you get fleas. These are shit my mom used to say. You become the company you keep. I remember all those things she used to say. They come back to me vividly, and I know why she was saying them to me now. Okay? She wasn't just saying them, just to be saying them. Alright? So this is the year. Okay? For those of us, doesn't affect us. Do what you do. Stay on your path. And you'll see. Keep doing what you do. Let those who ain't doing what they're supposed to do. Let what needs to happen, happen. Alright? Alright, other than that, that's going to wrap this video up. So hopefully this video imparted some enlightenment or endarkment on you, I should say. Alright, if you need to reach out to me, again, for a spiritual reading, you want to sign up for classes, podcasts, the social media pages, again, all the social media links, my contact email address, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos podcast, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of those links are in the description box of this video that you're watching right now. Other than that, I will talk to you guys soon. Friendly blessings.